So today, this week, Tatiana, like she said, we're training and starting on Friday, March 1st, our fourth department. We partner with Auburn Police Department. It's kind of surreal to me right now. I'm still kind of in the cloud because it's kind of a dream come true for me. And I wanted to personally thank Impact 100 for believing in us and giving us the opportunity to share some of that vision and to grow our program. It's been unbelievably successful, and to be able to make change in people's lives is something that I was literally signing up to live my life for, and to try to break the cycles of duty in families, and to stand here and say that we've tripled our calls from last year. I know I'm kind of jumping ahead, but literally tripled our calls, and we're on task to triple them again this year. We've hired, I don't even know how many people we've hired. Okay.
So much.
But I just wanted to personally say thank you for giving us that opportunity to share it with you and to grow our vision.
As Joel mentioned, this was once just a dream that came to fruition. Our first year of operations, when we were just partnered with Renton Police Department, the year before last, we had done 187 calls alongside them. And then this last year, we were able to be partnered in November with Newcastle Police Department, August, and in Kent, alongside Kent PD in November. And we were able to do last year a total of 629 DB calls. I will say that we are very excited as a team. Our team is growing. You can meet my great people at our table. And they are all passionate about the work that we do and are driven, and we are growing in team, and we are excited to bring in a new city Friday. So we are projected to, once again, triple our numbers this year. We are averaging right now 100 calls a month.
We also 109 protection orders last year. I'm very proud of that. 109 families that directly impacted, some of them that didn't speak English. I know personally from King County prosecutor that if someone walked into the courthouse and tried to fill out a protection order packet on their own, they have a 5% chance of getting it successfully ordered. And 5%. Imagine how that is if you don't speak English. We currently speak 14 languages at Project Be Free. We're hiring 2 new interns, 2 new employees, and they're starting in April. We're going to have 2 more languages. So we're currently right now 100% for protection orders.
We have our yearly Survivor Symposium in July. We would love to have volunteers. This is our 4th year. We already have a location at the Renton Community Center, and we're eager to bring in and invite families that have been affected by DV. The City of Auburn puts forth the 3rd highest DV rates in the county. A lot of them are non-English speakers. Actually, Spanish is the first language there. So, as a team, we are eager, nervous, excited, all the things. And the feedback from officers there, as we are there during this week, has been excitement, question, and I think eagerness as well. Yes, definitely enthusiasm. They are also looking for different outcomes. In April, 6 months early, we will be going in contract with the City of Kent, which definitely helps us build capacity, and we're eager to do that, to really focus on the work. And of course, this week we are in training with Auburn and set to be live Friday.
So this year, Mujer Volante will become the first the first non-profit driving a school in the country. Some partnerships and collaborations that we're hoping to achieve in this next year. We currently have many partnerships within the communities that we work in. Because of those partnerships, we have been able to offer our main program, Taking the Steering Wheel of My Life, in Dari, in Pashto, Arabic, and French. So those are currently some of the languages that we have: Spanish, English, Dari, Pashto, French, and Arabic. We would like to expand our programs to the Seattle area. We currently serve women mostly based in Federal Way. A lot of women come from surrounding areas such as Kent, Auburn, Berrien, White Center, and from what we've seen within the past few years, a lot of women also come to us from Seattle, from Linwood, from Skagit area. So we are looking to expand our program throughout the state. We're currently working in 2024 to serve the following communities: Ukrainian, Somali, Cambodian, and Sikhs. Beyond sharing, I was very excited about what I will be learning tonight from the other partners and organizations and people that we talk with. And something that I wanted to share with partners and other organizations is one of the most important things that I learned last year is that investing in professional development for your staff is a key. As a leaders, as a community leaders, and as staff members, we have to not only to do a good job for the organization, but also we need to learn because we are helping other people. And that is a responsibility for us to invest in our personal development and personal growth. Because if you are not learning, if you are not growing, it's going to be harder to help someone else. There is a difference between charity and justice. Here in Mujer al Volante, we do not provide charity. We are helping you to take the steering wheel of your lives because we don't want you to depend again in anyone and anything. You can do it by yourself. And this is the most important message for the women we serve, is to share with them. You know, today you are depending on someone else and you are depending on everything to go where you want to go, but that is not going to be forever if you understand that the difference between charity and justice and taking the steering wheel of your life and not depend to anyone else anymore and ever, forever and ever. Right? Let's end that culture of low salaries for the nonprofit. So we are producing low-income families because we are paying low salaries, and then your own employees apply for your own services because they are low income. That's the truth of the nonprofit industry and sector, and we have to change it. We have to speak about it, and we start to keep pushing and people and talking with people and talking with government about this. And that is something that we have to do, every one of us that works for nonprofits. Our mission is to help the immigrant, refugee, and asylum women to take the steering wheel of their lives. And our vision is to create and have the best and most complete driving educational program in the country. I have been in contact with other states because I am part of a national network of Latina leaders in the country, and there is any similar program out there. So we are very unique, and because we are very unique, we have a very high demand for the program. And we are currently have our program in 6 languages, but this year we are expanding to 11 languages. And we have more and more and more women that they need the program. So, and it's hard to talk about it because what we need, we, like any other organization, we need more funding to being able to serve more women. But also what we need is to be an example of what we can do in the culture of the nonprofits. So part of the vision is going to be
have the best educational driving program in the country, but also be an example as a nonprofit with a very progressive culture for having the best place to work for. So, and that looks like having a 4 days week schedule, working Monday to Thursday, no working on Fridays, no working on Saturdays or Sundays, just special events or any other special events that we have to attend. So we are transitioning to that structure since January of this year. January, 1 Friday off. February, 2 Fridays off. March, 3 Fridays off. And April, we're gonna be like fully working only Monday to Thursday. And we're like exploring how it's work and we are documenting everything. We are building the policy together. We are like doing this as a team, but also doing this as an effort to send a message that there is possible to have life-work balance.
We do water safety through education, legislation, and increasing access. And then we weave in drowning prevention, right? So, as you mentioned earlier, it is really challenging to get people to the pool. You're only 13% likely to learn how to swim if your parent did not know how to swim. Black and brown people were not allowed at the pool. My grandma wasn't allowed at the pool. So it's really been about reaching out to other organizations that are working with families that are under-resourced, work with Black and brown folks, and we basically tap into those organizations, say, hey, can we help support your folks, and get them into free swim lessons. Our first year doing lessons, we got 197 kids through swim. Last year, we got 700. 93, I hope you all can read this, but I'm going to read it anyway for you, but 93% of our participants qualified for free lunch. 95% of our participants identified as Black, Indigenous, people of color, and over 85% of participants had never had formal swim lessons. That was the one kind of for me that I'm just like, this is needed, right? And then over 50% of our participants are Black or African American. What I have been most grateful for with this grant is the ability to take a step back, consider what we want our future to look like. You know, prior to that, it is the constant race of raising funds. So we partnered with the Washington State Parks. We're making a video, Meet a Lifeguard. We're sending that into schools along with a discussion guide. And literally we were on the phone today and that's going out in all the principals like newsletters around the state, right? So that's incredibly exciting. And then we're also planning for our in-person event, and that's gonna be at Rainier Beach Pool. We are partnering with the city on that, as well as other water safety organizations in the area. This is also where we'd like to partner with all of you, as we will need volunteers for this. What's been really beautiful about our swim lessons here locally is that we've been able to partner, as I mentioned, with the YMCA, with the City of Seattle, with Parks and Rec, and ultimately we created with them Swim Seattle, right? So Swim Seattle the goal is to get all children under 13 free swim lessons, everyone. And so, you know, our role in that is very similar to what we've already been doing. We go to organizations, we bring the kids in, and so we're just helping to bring kids in. This is a national program that we're launching this year. Last year we were able to do 2 pilot programs, and it was wildly successful. So really the biggest struggle for us is pool space and instructors, right? So we have shortage of instructors, shortage of lifeguards. That's like always been a problem. However, there are these folks out there that swim collegiately, right? So, and they have to volunteer. Okay? You feel me? So they use the pool when they're training, and when they're not, the pool is empty. So what we did in Denver, we have 2 universities, and we basically train the collegiate students. We found children in their area, some of which have never been to a college campus before, and we get those kids in the water. We focus really on a 5-day program, and our goal is that this is a gateway, right? We don't want to just check a box and say, hey, you got some lessons. I want you to have a lifelong love for aquatics. By 2035, we'll be in over 200 colleges and impact over 200,000 children. That's something. That's something. So we are working. We are staying local, but we understand the scalability. We understand the needs that are around the country, and we're